What's up, guys? This is Juan with another episode of Full Send, and on this episode, I'll have Ryan with me, and he'll just go into a little bit of detail about what he does here, and a little bit about where he came from or what he did before this. So,
I can't tell people where I came from.
Let's get straight to the point. This what you do and what you don't do. No bullshit, sugarcoat when it comes to repairs and maintenance. Advice you can go to. Full Send, no edits, cause just go to Full Send, and we'll get you done right. Full Send, and we'll get you going right. Full Send, keep it going day and night. And this ain't just a podcast, we get it right and keep it tight.
So Ryan, tell us a little bit about you.
I'm Ryan, obviously. I'm a sales rep here at the Trailer Parts Outlet. Fairly new to the sales game, so I've found kind of a different way of doing sales than a lot of people do.
Hey, I think everybody has their own way of selling, because I don't think one way for me will work for you and your way won't work for me, and vice versa for anybody else. So
Absolutely.
I think everybody has to find their own little groove for that. So you've been here for what, about a year and a half?
Just about.
Welcome to the $1 Million Club.
Thank you.
Not many sell in that club, at least in here in the company. But I think it's just me, you, Nicole, and Sarah, which both of them aren't here with us. So I guess it's just me and you.
There we go.
So what in the last, so you were here, what, 2021 is when you came in? So we were leaving the COVID era. Yeah. And then till now, what have you noticed in the trailer industry?
Ooh, it's been a little crazy. I've noticed a lot of demand and supply issues, and of course, pricing issues. Seems like the whole COVID thing has kind of driven everything straight up. But when it comes to supply and demand, it's gotten shallow in a lot of areas.
So I know lately here you've been saying we've been able to take, and I ain't going to mention their names, but some of their customers away from them. And it's not necessarily, it has to do a lot with not just pricing, but it's more importantly just the service that they're getting.
Absolutely.
And so what sets us apart from us to them?
It's service. First and foremost, most people I talk to, they're extremely disappointed with the service they receive. Even when it comes just to the general conversations that are going on, people are done with the attitude of "I've got what you need, therefore you're at my mercy," and that seems to be how a lot of the businesses have been conducting themselves as of late.
Yeah, and I can only imagine, because I've dealt with that on my side on purchasing, and it's just been a pain in the ass, especially when you're trying to get, like, our core focus is delivering solutions faster than anybody else for that doers can do. And having to rely on a vendor who wants to put the thumb over you or have control of when you're going to get your parts kind of just puts a hinder in trying to achieve what your focus is. So
absolutely. And I mean, we keep a concept of service goes further than just getting the product to somebody. Service is also giving them the assistance they need, whether it be technical support or advice, or even sometimes just a conversation about where they're trying to head with what they're doing with their trailer and how they can get there. So I personally try to really focus my sales tactics in building a relationship with somebody, being there to support them, give them advice when needed, and sometimes even just to have a conversation to ease people's minds about things that are going on within the industry.
And that's kind of back to what Tyler used to tell me back when I was doing sales was ask them about their dog. Yeah. And at first it sounded stupid. Like, what the fuck am I going to do? Hey, how's your dog? But it's not necessarily just asking them about the dog. It's picking up a phone and just building that relationship with them. It's not every time we have a call or a phone conversations about trying to sell you something. It's just building that relationship. So what would be one? So you've had a lot of a stellar reviews as far as how customer service and going above and beyond. What would you say would be one that just like really instills you or like sticks with you?
So the biggest one, and at this moment I can't remember their names, but it was a couple that were out of California. They happened to be in Arkansas at the time, and the axle on their mobile home broke. And they're in the middle of Arkansas going, what in the world are we going to do? There was nowhere nearby that had what they needed. It had to be a custom size axle. And there's just no way to get a custom axle quick today, unless you call the trailer parts outlet. So they called down here. We got them set up to where we started building the axle before they got here. They drove all the way down from Arkansas. We had it ready when they got here, and we were able to get them fixed up and get them back on the road. And they responded with a review that was just, it was heartbreaking. They were in complete despair, thought their whole vacation was ruined, weren't going to be able to progress, and put out a ton of money. And we were able to get them back on the road at an affordable amount in a quick time, and they were able to salvage their vacation.
Yeah, because I think I know we talked when they were here. I talked with them briefly, and they said that everybody else was telling them anywhere from 3 to 4 weeks, which they're going to have to cancel their whole plan. And I think when they found us and they got a hold of you, I think it just delayed them back a day or two just because of the weekend.
Yeah.
So, no, that's great. So I have my customers that I love dealing with, and I also have my customers that I don't like dealing with. One of the moments that I'd say that stuck out for me was here lately. I pulled up, there was a guy just blocking the whole driveway, and it was crazy because I'm like, who the fuck is blocking the driveway? And at first when I was pulling in, it looked like somebody ran into the fence, and I'm like, how the hell do you do that? And then the guy had an axle that was split in half. If you go to my TikTok, you can find it on there. There's like 3 videos on it. But like you said, he was referred to us by one of our own, I'm not going to say competition, but another vendor that does the same thing that we do. They referred him over to us because we were able to get him off the road quick, fast, and in a hurry. And I think being able to build axles here, but not only just build axles, but also have everything else that goes with a trailer is what has set us apart from everybody else.
Absolutely.
How has that played with you? How do customers react when you tell them, especially with whether it's OEM, wholesalers, or just, your Joe Blow from everyday use that, hey, you need a custom axle, we can build it here?
First reaction is always shock. The majority of them are like, the quickest turnaround time I've gotten on custom axles, especially if it's a wholesale order. So when it's a manufacturer that's buying them, they're like, man, I'm usually having to wait 6 weeks, sometimes up to 10 weeks to get a large order of customs. And so when they find out that we can deliver in 3, 4, 5 weeks at the most, they're mind blown. How are you guys able to pull this off? And, I explained to them, we manufacture here in our facility. We're able to control the timelines, the margins, everything else, which gives us a product that we're able to deliver at a better price and a better time, and they're shocked by it. It's to them, it's almost unheard of.
So and I know I'm jumping around on questions, but it's all right. We're just gonna send it. Fuck it. We've been to several trade shows together. What would you say would be your most memorable experience at a trade show? Whether it's dealing with the interaction with the people or the team building outside of the trade show or just the food or the atmosphere?
Most memorable experience. Well, the most memorable experience was my first trade show and getting COVID in the middle of it. That was pretty memorable.
Yeah.
But no, honestly, in ATM, the response and feedback when we really kind of revealed our axle building, or that we were moving into building axles, the excitement of vendors. So many of them have been waiting for somebody who wasn't going to look at I'm not going to say small guy, but the smaller,
yeah, the up and comer.
Yeah. And not, they were ecstatic to have somebody that looks at them and sees potential instead of sees them
looking at, oh, well, you're only going to buy 100 axles a month.
Yeah. You're an inconvenience, And so they were just thrilled. Somebody's going to deal with us and give us good pricing, even though we're not a huge corporation or manufacturer, that was probably the most, had the greatest impact of anything. To see these people just happy that they can finally do what they do.
Yeah, most definitely. Mine would have to be when we went to Indianapolis for FFA and did the go-kart derby.
Yeah, I have permanent reminders of that.
Yeah. I think somebody behind the camera got a little mad and dislocated my knee, dislocated someone else's shoulders because they got road rage.
Caused the golf cart to end up in my lap.
Yeah. I'm going, and all of a sudden I just see out of my corner of my eye, just boom, a car land on my knees, and it bounces and falls on top of Ryan, and it's, yeah. They had to stop the whole thing. They're like, guys, it's just a race. And I'm like, no, it's not. It's fucking payback. But no, it was, I think every trade show we've ever been to, I mean, it's always been great because you always learn from the customers or the prospects of what their pain points are, whether it's in the trailer industry with manufacturers at NATDA or NATM, or even with the students and the teachers when they're setting up projects for FFA or 4-H. And I think with us here having the blueprints that we can offer, not just for the schools, but also for your small mom and pop places that are trying to add another line of trailers into their production line. I mean, we give them that opportunity of building everything you need. So you're winning it right now for the year. You're, I think, at 1.4, 1.5-ish.
1.4, 1.5, yeah.
You gonna hit the 2 million?
I'm gonna try. I can't predict the future, but I've been blessed enough to build a base of clientele where the majority of my business is return customers and word of mouth. And so it's come down to where, we have a week where I'm going, oh man, sales aren't real good. And all of a sudden I have quotes and calls coming in from people that I've talked to in the past that are coming back around. We need to do this.
Those
again.
are always the best ones when you wake up and you have a PO in your thing.
Sorry to interrupt. Texas Pride's here. I don't know what they mean.
The hydraulic disc brakes.
Hydraulic what?
Disc brakes, the A case.
No, he said he's here for rims. I don't know.
Rims?
That's what I said.
No. The only thing they're picking up is AK disc brakes.
Okay. Does any paperwork on that?
Jimmy should have it. If not, get with Sam, or she can reprint it.
Thank you. Sorry.
You're good. And as we say, this is always live, uncut. I don't know if we're gonna leave that in there, but did you throw something?
Yeah, but there was a weird movement over there. And
Yeah, and I could have swore he went like that.
Oh, there it is.
But
Yeah, Juan, calm down. Scarlett's gonna put you in timeout.
This is the picture of calm.
What are you still doing here? Didn't you get fired?
yeah, like last week or the week before.
I think it was like 2 weeks ago. You can come do this. I don't mind not doing it.
You're like, you're fired after this one. After all the editing, you're fired. But so in order to help you reach your goal, if anybody needs trailer parts or needs axles, whether it's axles, springs, fenders, tires, wheels, we pretty much have it all. If you haven't checked out the website, go check it out. Or if you have any questions, where can they reach you at?
They can reach me at 936-349-6507. And even if there's something that's not on the website that you need, give me a call. I'm going to do my best to find it. I'll contact every vendor I have to try to locate the items you need.
TM4. Now, hopefully, Kiefer will put his email address in the bottom since he threw a ball at me.
Right at the bottom, Ryan at thetrailerpartsoutlet.com.
Or Scarlett.
Why would they email Scarlett?
Or not Scarlett, but Scarlett can put her down there since she'll probably be doing the editing. But no, that's all I got for this one. Stay tuned for the next. Bye.
Let's get straight to the point. This what you do and what you don't do. No bullshit, sugarcoat when it comes to repairs and maintenance. Advice you can go to. Full sin, no edits, cause just go to full sin, and we'll get you done right. Full sin, and we'll get you going right. Full sin, keep it going day and night. And this ain't just a podcast, we get it right and keep it tight.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Full sin again.
Boom.